of sci-fi radio.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
Okay, campers, rise and shine, and don't forget your booties, 'cause it's cold out there today.
It's cold out there every day. What is this, Miami Beach? I don't
Not
think so.
hardly. And, you can expect hazardous travel later today with that, that blizzard thing.
Oh, that blizzard thing. That blizzard thing. Oh, well, here's the report. The National Weather Service is calling for a big blizzard thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are. But, there's another reason why today is especially exciting.
Especially cold.
Especially cold, okay. But the big question on everybody's lips.
Yeah, they're chapped lips.
On their chapped lips,
Chapped
right.
lips.
Do you think Phil's gonna come out and see a shadow?
Punxsutawney Phil.
That's right, woodchuck chuckers. It's Groundhog Day! Get up and check that hog out there!
Yeah. Come here, Groundhog.
It is Groundhog Day, and it's no blizzard here where we're at. It's a little chilly, but clear skies everywhere. Hey, everybody! It's another Thursday night. It is actually really Groundhog Day, and this is Docking Bay 94. I'm Sean Obi-Shawn Crosby.
It's Jeff Donoho.
I'm Colleen Kaylee Crosby.
And thanks for joining us, eh? Glad to have all y'all here.
Yeah.
The show this morning on Good Morning Tatooine, every half hour I played.
Yes, I know.
I think I've been worse in previous years. I remember doing it every 15 minutes one year, and I think I just decided that was way too much.
Yeah.
It was just like
That's rude.
Way too rude, right? Yeah. It's funny. But here we are.
Hello to David, Pat, Lori, and Laura.
Ooh.
And I assume Chris. If Laura's listening, Chris is usually listening too.
Probably.
Right.
Yeah. And then we have Don over there on YouTube right now, actually. Strangely, normally it's Alan.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Pat
Talon,
Larson,
Thorn,
if
and
we didn't say
Boba-Kit.
Pat. Hi, Pat. Cool. Some of our listeners are at Disneyland, I think.
Yes.
Oh.
Kelly and John are having a couple of days at Disneyland.
Yeah.
They're doing the Runaway Railway.
And Eric's probably still washing the dishes.
Right.
Yeah, probably.
Ever.
Oh, Sam's here. Hi, Sam.
Cool.
Yeah, Kelly and John sent pictures of Runaway Railway. We'll have to get them on the air next week and tell us how it is.
Yeah.
See what they thought. It seems pretty good. And they're doing the thing like they did for Rise of the Resistance, where you had to make a reservation to get on the ride. Kind of rude, I think, but,
Yeah.
it works so well, I guess, for Rise of the Resistance that they're doing it now.
I think it's a pretty good, I don't know, I think it's a pretty good deal to make a reservation. I'd rather do that than have to stand in line for like 9 hours.
The thing that we discovered was that even when all of the reservations are gone, they're still more than willing to sell you a lightning lane access to the ride, though.
Yeah.
It's like,
Nice.
we don't have any free ones left, but hey, you could pay us.
Guess
That would be-
what?
That would be great.
Yeah. It seems that's the going thing, though. The going forward thing for any new ride they're going to have is going to be they'll stick a reservation system on it for a little while.
Yeah, there's no way that this is gonna ever go away.
Oh, someday it'll be something else
Right.
that will annoy us just as much. Hey, Linda. Yeah, see if anybody else is on Twitch. Wildcard9.
Yep.
Kelly and John sent us pictures of Mickey and Minnie's little movie poster of Perfect Picnic and the history of Toontown's Hometown Theater, and then the same Mickey that Sean posted a picture of last week.
The Micketeer.
The Mickey Wizard.
Oh yeah, uh-huh.
And then
for
another
which it
one
turns
that
out
has
our friend made the costumes.
Yeah, Mela made the costumes. Listener Mela. She made the Mickey Wizard and the Prince and the Pauper, I believe.
Huh.
And they posted both of those for us. And then they also posted a picture of a I don't know, mini sarcophagus. Not a tiny sarcophagus, a sarcophagus with Minnie in it.
With Minnie in it. That's a little weird. Was this on their Facebook page?
Yeah. Do you want me to link you?
No, I'll go find it. It's just Kelly's Facebook, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's funny. People are having problems on both Twitch and Facebook, but not everybody. And we're not having any problems with Twitch
Weird.
or Facebook.
No, I don't see any problems here. I'll do a speed
Oh,
check.
Dawn went on it 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Well, Dawn, so Dawn had a Mickey Mouse Club day at Disney.
Oh, I want to see pictures.
Where they
Oh, he did show.
all did that.
Yeah.
Sean showed me pictures.
Yeah, I'll find
Yes.
pictures if it's okay that we show their pictures. If Dawn says it's cool.
Here it is.
Dawn, are you okay
Cool.
with Sean posting the photo of your Musketeers?
All right, so I am on I am on Kelly's page.
That's
Here
there,
we
yeah.
go. So I will share Kelly's pictures of Runaway Railway.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, our
Oh,
speed.
Don says it's okay to share his picture.
Okay, great.
Oh, good, good.
Excellent.
Our speed is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. We're at 11. We
It
should be
can't
at 20.
possibly be as bad
11.
as some of the speeds on Tuesday
Yeah.
when we were at the park.
Hey, why did that go away? So here's again. Why did that go away? Stop it.
Wow.
This is John and Kelly, our good friends.
Oh, cool.
Sam, it's Sam's asking if it's cold because they look like they're cold. It's chilly,
It's
but
chilly.
not bad.
Yeah, it's been in the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
right now.
Strangely, another friend of mine's at Disneyland as well. So, also named Kelly.
That's
Oh, yeah?
funny.
And in the evening, it's been getting down to the mid 40s. So that's been a drag.
So it's not as cold
Yeah.
as Sam says, dare to dream.
Right? Really?
That of it being that warm, I assume.
Yeah, so there's our Sorcerer Mickey. And the Prince and the Pauper
Yeah.
doing kind of a, no, you. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
And there's the sarcophagus mini.
I like it. It's very, very colorful.
Yeah. It's kind of
Neat.
fun.
All right, so let me throw you back
Budala's
to
here
here,
with us.
and I'm gonna go
Yay.
look up Dawn's cool pictures. You won't.
So Sean and I went to Disneyland on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And it was funny because we walked by what used to be La Brea Bakery in downtown Disney and saw the sign that said coming soon, Earl of Sandwich,
yeah.
because the Earl of
Gotcha.
Sandwich is going in there temporarily. And then the very next day, Kit posted pictures on Wednesday
Aw.
of the opened Earl of Sandwich. We're like,
I had
"Coming
heard
soon."
that it was going to open the next day, yeah.
Wow, that was really soon.
And I was disappointed that we missed it by a day. I was so
Yeah.
eaten there.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Because since they've been closed, like on my way to Disneyland, if I haven't eaten anything, I'm just swinging by a drive-through and like
Gotcha.
doing. But I'll wait for Earl, and it's right by the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Earl of Sandwich is amazing, and they have a sandwich that people will whine about, which is the Hawaiian, which is ham and pineapple, and is so good. Oh my
I have
God,
to
it's
say
great.
I love their Thanksgiving sandwich, but I can't always eat it because it's pretty rich.
Okay, Don's gonna have to point me at his pictures because I can't
Yeah.
find them. They're not on his regular Facebook page.
Or
That's it,
tell us
and I-
where. I think he sent them to you, he said.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought-
If that's the case, then I will go to my.
Oh, he just said Sean saw it, not.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
sent you
That he
a
sent
link
it.
to Kelly's page, which you may already know her. Who knows? But she has a few pictures from there as well.
Okay, cool. I'm yeah.
Dawn's picture is really cute.
I don't see the pictures
I-
here. I showed them to Colleen. I just don't
Is
remember.
that the name?
Oh,
Disnerds
it's
must
on.
be the name of.
It's on Disnerds. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And I can find
Gotcha.
that. I belong to that group. Big surprise.
Wah,
right?
wah, wah.
I want a Mickey Mouse Club costume. I think that would be fun.
I totally. If I had
Yeah.
known that was going to happen, I'd have endeavored to make that happen.
Is Disnerds an
Says that,
open group? Can I join?
You can.
Probably.
Um,
Lori was in the Mickey Mouse Club in the 60s. She was a member.
Cool.
So there you go.
Okay.
I wonder if she had the outfit.
I'm scrolling. I'm not
Never know.
seeing. The Disnerds group sort of covers lots of stuff. It's like all over the map.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
if you want to look for it, we'll look at it when you find it. But we'll move on to what we
found
did.
I found like a workout page that kind of shows a picture of it, which is this. And so this was like the whole gang in front of the castle. And so they all did the Mickey Mouse Club thing, which was like super cool.
Oh, I remember that picture.
So this was like this past weekend.
So I have to
Nice.
say that I met the guy who invented the mouse ears.
Oh,
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. He
Cool.
went to college with my dad. And I went to one of my dad's they have annual alumni brunches at the Pasadena
Yeah.
Playhouse where my dad attended college, and with Dustin Hoffman. And
Dusty Hoffman.
Dusty. Nobody wanted to be Dusty's roommate because he was so untidy.
And Mako
And Mako, who was
there,
a
which is
friend
like
of my
really
dad's.
cool.
Amongst other people. But they used to have, before the Alumni Association broke up, because there weren't enough people alive anymore to keep it running.
Because
How sad is that?
the school had a very
Aw.
limited time period for which it
Yeah.
was open. So
Yeah.
that's a bummer.
But yeah, one of the alumni dinners that I went to with my dad, the man who invented the mouse ears and sold them at the parks to begin with,
Huh. Okay.
talked
So-
about his life. Very
So
interesting.
based on the Mickey Mouse Club ears that they kind of thing? Yeah.
Yeah,
that-
he was
yeah,
he was
based
the
on
one
those.
who I don't know if he came up with the concept of the ears and made them for the Mickey Mouse Club too, or if he just did the whole selling them to Disney to
Yeah.
sell in the park.
From what
I
I
can't remember.
That's what I'm
remember
guessing.
you telling me, he was the guy who came out with the entire concept of you should wear ears as hats.
Oh, yeah.
And like did it for
Oh,
the Mouse
see?
Club and then for the park and
Well, that would make more sense.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty neat.
Cool.
Let's see what we're gonna talk
Roy
about
Williams.
today. What what did you do, Jeff? This week?
Well, let's see. On Sunday I went to Pasadena Comic Con because I was because Rose really wanted to go and wanted me to go, so got ticket for me and Sparrow, and so all three of us went to that, and it's not a real big one. It's mostly just, as far as I could tell, it's mostly just the a dealer room, and there's like they had a few guests in there, like the gal that played who played Tinkerbell, the original, like she was
Margaret.
Yeah, she was there.
She signing? God, she's sweet.
Yeah.
She is the nicest woman
Yeah.
in the world.
Don messaged you, Sean.
Oh, okay.
Ed Begley Jr. was there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I'm trying to think of her name. Is it Gigi Edgley? I can't remember that.
Yeah, Gigi Edgley.
She was on Farscape.
Yeah.
She was there.
Margaret Carey was the body model for Tinkerbell.
Yes.
Who you saw.
Yeah.
She posted pictures from the convention too. I have her as a friend on Facebook.
Okay. And then and there are a lot of other people that were like voice actors and whatnot, and like Power Rangers and on and on and on. So, and we just kind of, I really just kind of walked around because I didn't want, I didn't really have the cash really to be go, hey, I want to talk to you and have you sign this, and for $100, so it was neat to see the people around, and then I just kind of walked around and we just kind of saw the stuff there and whatever.
That's fun.
Took some pictures outside by the Pizza Planet truck and whatnot.
That's cool, man. That Pizza Planet truck, he gets so much play. They hire him at so many events.
Yeah.
He makes a lot of money, I think, with his truck.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. A lot of people screaming, "Man, what a!" that's what I wore. But
Nice.
So I have a correction. The according to Wikipedia, the inventor of the Mickey Mouse ears was Roy Williams,
Who was a Mouseketeer.
who was he
Oh,
was an
Roy.
adult
Uncle Roy.
Mouseketeer, and he died in 1976.
Yeah,
So this was not
that's not
the-
who you met.
The person that I heard. So I think that he was the person who took the mouse ears from the Mickey Mouse Club and did the manufacturing of them to sell them in the parks.
Gotcha. Okay.
Came up with that idea.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. I'm looking for Jeff's
Yeah.
pictures from the convention.
I'm tagged in it somewhere, so Rose posted it.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
found it.
yeah.
I found it. All right.
Yeah.
We got it. Yeah, you look pretty good. Let me fire
Well,
that
thanks.
up
It
here.
was fun.
There we
Yeah,
go.
and then
There's
yesterday,
Jeff as Woody with the Pizza
Oh.
Planet.
Nice.
yeah, that was fun. Yesterday was just a one song performance, really, but for Sparrow at school because they were doing the school is doing some sort of, hey, this is what our school is presentation with all these different
Like an open
apartments.
house?
Kind of like that, but I don't think it was something similar. And so Sparrow had to sing like a song at the hey Chris, had to sing one of the songs from that I think that was they sang it at the winter
Concert?
the winter concert that was in the church. So
Cool.
and re-sang it for this. Yeah.
It confused me because the audience was very spread out.
Yeah, because it's exactly that. Because everyone was coming and going the entire time, apparently, from other going to other departments and classrooms and whatnot. Yeah, and then I finally, aside from one small aspect, I still need to finish. I finished my the puppet build. I need to get rods for his arms. But I finished the puppet build that I've been working on since I've just slowly working on for a couple of years, really. Actually, I think it's been, yeah. And I don't know if you'll be able to. I'll pull him up. I don't know if you can see him because he's blue. He may not even show up. I put him in
There he
front
is.
of me, maybe.
When
There he is.
when you put him in front of you, we can see
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Aw, he's
So,
very
yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
And a Ramones
Got him.
fan, I see.
Yes. I found a little 2-year-old's or toddler's Ramon shirt, whatever.
And let
Target.
me tell you exactly how much that confused me, because I imagined him to be normal puppet size like Kermit, and then I
Yeah.
saw that shirt and I'm like, he must be a lot freaking bigger than I thought
Yeah.
he was to be in a t-shirt. But knowing that the shirt is for like a 2-year-old, that makes more sense.
Well, actually, this was a 12-month, and then I had to hot wash it down because I couldn't find anything that was that would fit him better in his size that looked any good.
That's
but yeah.
awesome.
And then so I named him Turk because he's kind of turquoise colored, even though it doesn't look like that on the camera. So
Nice.
Toik. Turk.
Sweet.
So this would be fun playing with him for a bit, getting used to him, and then of course getting the little rods to stick on his hands so that I can fiddle with those around too.
Did it come with those, or do you have to make them?
It was from a company, it was something Monkeys or whatever. I can't remember the name of the company, If I can find it, I'll post it. But
But I mean the rods for the hands. Do you have to make them
no,
from scratch?
they were separate. This was like a whole kit. It was like you got a pattern,
Okay.
and then they gave you the material and the thread and the eyes and everything. I had to get some extra stuff for it because they were like, use cardboard for the mouth. I'm like, no. So I used like it's like it's felt, but then they want cardboard behind it. I'm like, that's a terrible idea. So I got,
cardboard never.
Yeah,
like plastic canvas or something at the very least.
yeah. I got actually very stiff felt
Okay.
put in there, and so it's pretty sturdy. But I can still smush his mouth around, so
Cool.
it's like it's malleable, But it won't deteriorate and fall apart like cardboard will. But yeah.
Sweet.
So but yeah, it was pretty cool. To get arm rods, you have to like order those separately.
Well,
so I can either do
the
that
reason
or
I
just
brought
make
it up
some.
is that we can make those. I can help you
Yeah.
make those. It's
Yeah.
not that hard.
But that's it. Yep.
Excellent. I gotta finish up Kermit over here, and I really gotta get off my butt and get back on the car thing.
Yeah,
The
same
Muppet
here.
car. People are sending me articles about various Muppet cars, going, "Hey," and I'm like,
Here's another Studebaker. Look.
well, Chris Nichols, who writes for Los Angeles Magazine and is really big in the Los Angeles Conservancy Building Preservation Society out here. He's been sending me various articles going, hey, you might not have seen this one, but it's relevant to your interests and things like that. I'm like, and every time somebody does it, I'm like, all right. I'll get off my butt and remind people that there's a GoFundMe and
Oh my gosh.
blah.
Oh, okay.
Just blah.
Ugh.
I have those other pictures from Don from his
Oh, there you
Mickey
go.
Mouse Club thing. This one is kind of funny. It's a weird little like animation. Everybody's doing like the "we're not worthy" kind of thing,
Okay.
which was pretty
Gotcha.
funny. And the second one was this in front of the Runaway Railway Perfect Picnic.
Oh, nice.
They look pretty great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great picture. I didn't see that one before.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really fun. I don't think I saw that one either. I saw a lot of them in front of the castle, but can't find them on Disnerds. So, but yeah, it looked like pretty fun. And he says his next dress up day is going to be Villains Day,
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
what
Where
are you
they're all-
doing for Villains Day, Don?
dressing like villains, which is really cool.
And Super
Nice.
Nintendo at Universal. Nice.
So your puppet, Jeff, you got as
Yeah.
a gift from work?
No, it was actually from Casey. Maybe Casey, but I think Casey.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was about a year. Was it a year ago or more? But it was I think it was for the Christmas before the one that just happened, so about a year ago.
Okay.
And it's just been here and there, working on it here and there, and then like I'm going, okay, I need to finish this guy.
Yeah, Laura asked about the cost. So I have like
Gosh, I
nothing.
don't know. I can ask. It's and I need to find the name of them, but yeah, and then I could just put a link up or something.
Neat.
Yeah. Toik. Their name's Toik.
Sean and I went to a brunch on Sunday, and that was
Ah. Sorry.
that was
No
an
worries.
interesting day. We
Yeah.
went and picked up a friend to take him to the brunch because he wasn't able to
Okay.
drive, and then he wasn't feeling well, so we ended up leaving early to take him home, and then we decided there was enough time at the brunch left, so we went back to the brunch. And no sooner had we sat down than someone went to go get in their car to leave and discovered that her car had been towed because she didn't realize she was blocking a driveway. And
Ooh.
so then we jumped back in our car and took her to her car so that she could get her purse out of the car, and then took her to pay the fine, and then took
Yeah.
her back to the place to pick up the car.
It was complicated
Ooh.
and took several hours.
It was.
Oh, boy.
It was a long
But we were
day.
glad to be helpful. But
Yeah.
so we were across from Venice High School.
Okay.
If you're a movie watcher, Venice High School is where they did Grease.
Rydell.
Huh.
Yeah, it was Rydell High.
Oh.
And the neighborhood, like Venice and Santa Monica, are parking nightmares. Those
Yeah.
two areas. And so she had parked in front of a house at a place that just looked like a sidewalk because all of the driveways just looked like part of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And the people were very nice, but they're like, we couldn't find you. We didn't know where you were. We had your car towed. Sorry. Like an older Irish gentleman. It's hard to get mad at a guy with a nice Irish accent. But it did cost her a few $100s to get her car back. However, and she was leaving to go to work. So she had to call in late to work and say, my car got towed, and we had to get her car out, and she had to go late to work. And it was, I feel bad for her. That was really kind of a bummer. And because when we parked, we were so paranoid about making sure we didn't block the driveway. We were almost blocking. We were just a tiny bit into the driveway with my gigantic car. And I was worried about that. And so I kept checking on the car and stuff. I didn't even think to look at anyone else's car. But the brunch was good. It was a group of people from the UCLA Science Fiction Club. What we call, the name of the club is Enigma. And we have sort of fallen into the Elder Enigman category. And so these are people we've known for 30 years, which is pretty good. And our buddy Scott, who we picked up and took out there, he's a guy I know from high school, like, 1981, something like that, like going back that far. So, yeah, it was kind of an interesting experience.
And then, what else did we do? I went to a lecture on skirts, and went to means that I turned it on.
Wearing them
at
or
my
chasing
desk.
them?
Looking at photos
What
of
the
them.
heck?
Ah,
And talking about basically the evolution of skirts and what clothing women wore in the 20th century meant to their status in society.
Yeah.
It was interesting. And then, did we already talk about going to Disneyland?
we didn't.
We mentioned that we went to Disneyland, but we went with our friend Amy, who has a 2.5-year-old, and that guy, as all 2.5-year-olds, is a bundle of energy.
Well, and that is also tempered by the fact that he's just over 3 feet tall.
Yeah, he's very tall for his age.
So he's 2.5. He can get on most rides, and he's got reach for a little kid. So he was like, it was crazy, like sort of corralling him in and keeping it. But it was his first trip to Disneyland and his first trip to DCA. So that was kind of fun to be able to kind of, guide them to the things that he might enjoy and all that kind of stuff. We had a good time doing that.
Yeah, and we got on an amazing number of rides, and I think part of that is due to we went on a weekday, and part of it is that we're in like a tiny window between events at Disney.
Right.
And the other thing was that we were only going on rides that toddlers can go on. So...
Well, and we started early, first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
I actually dropped them off. I had to go pick up an auction winning in Fountain Valley, which is like 20 minutes south of Disney. So I dropped them off and then spent an hour going out, picking up my stuff and coming back, and before I met up with them. And you guys had done at least 2 rides before I got
We did 3.
there. 3.
Yeah, we did the streetcar and the Zephyr and the Ferris wheel.
Right. And so I didn't even go on those.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad about missing the Zephyr. I think the Zephyr secretly terrifies me.
Well, the Zephyr made me a little nauseated, but that was because I was trying to text somebody when I was riding on it.
At least you didn't lose your phone.
There you go.
I know.
Tell me again how you lost your phone into the little lagoon in front of the roller coaster, Colleen.
Right.
But yeah, we counted something like 15 things. We saw a parade because it's the Lunar New Year.
Yep.
Yeah.
and did we went on It's a Small World. We survived. That's good.
We went on Snow White and survived.
Yes. The Storybook Land, which was really cold. The Storybook Land Canal boats was really cold.
Yeah.
But
we did most of the day at DCA.
Yeah. And we did not set foot into Galaxy's Edge at all.
Yeah.
That was weird. But cool.
And then trying to find menu items that we liked at restaurants in Disney. I was trying to eat somewhat healthy, but that went down the rails when we went to the Pizza Port for dinner, and they only have tomato-based pizzas, and I can't eat that much tomato sauce.
Oh.
So I ended up getting a pasta with a cream-based sauce with chicken, and that was very heavy.
Gotcha.
But it tasted okay once I put some hot peppers on it. So that was great. And then the last thing Sean did, which was not the last thing, it was actually on Sunday, I think, was officiated a wedding.
Why am I all big over here?
Why are you giant?
I don't know.
Yeah,
You're giant.
I'm sure I just hit the wrong button. Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, so a friend of ours who is from like Costumers Guild West and stuff, we know her through costuming stuff, had asked if I would officiate for her niece. And they're big Star Wars fans, and I've actually met them through the car and through other events and stuff, and they go to conventions and things. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think I brought Christiane to her first convention.
You did.
When she came to be a judge
Yeah.
for one of the masquerades at like WonderCon or something. So this was out in Ventura, and Ventura was a place that we used to hang out in when we lived in Thousand Oaks. We would drive to Ventura. The beach was there. You could go fishing off the pier. It was this little quiet, quaint little town. Holy crud! It's like crazy built up and obnoxious and whatever. It's just nuts. But the wedding was lovely. It was in the city hall of Ventura. So they basically opened the city hall for us. I think they rented it. And we did the wedding in the main entry hall. It has beautiful marble and everywhere and art and this kind of thing. It was pretty good. And it was very much like Colleen's and my wedding, where there were maybe about 11 people there. It was just close family. And the officiant, and that was me. And so, yeah, it was nice. And we went to dinner afterwards. I had some really good, like Korean barbecue tacos or something. Those were really amazing. And cake was had and champagne was had, and it was very fun. It was a long day, lots of driving, but doing the weddings is always something that I'm really glad that I can do, and I get so much joy out of it that it's a thing I do like without pay, without a fee. And these guys were just adorable, and they were having so much fun, and they were so excited to be married to each other, and that's like the best. And I love that they just did this kind of mellow, inexpensive wedding, because that's really why I do this for no money. Is I'm like, how about you don't go into debt to get married? And then they can just do what we did. Colleen and I threw a party for all our friends after the fact. They can do that
with
if
lasagna
they
and
want.
cake.
Yeah.
The lasagna was much better than the cake.
The cake was adorably misshapen.
It didn't taste very good.
I don't remember that, though. See, so...
Oh, well, I shouldn't have reminded you.
I also have lower standards than you do. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
cake. Because, Colleen...
I make better cake now.
Yes.
Actually, I made better cake then, too. It was just a bad choice.
Well, that's okay. Like I said, I don't remember. So, anyway, it was a good weekend, and it was nice. The rest of my week has been spent like running around to doctors and things, which is very boring. Although I did clock 155 miles one day. Went out to Lancaster and back, like 4 hours in the car, and I'm like, yeah, let's not do that again. That was a big drag.
Yeah.
And I still haven't gotten the oil change in my car, and now I'm starting to freak out about it. I almost went and got it today. I probably should have done it today, but I needed to do it about 3,000 miles ago.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably should.
Yeah, and how far behind that is my car? Probably worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to see if there's a sticker in your car, because I don't remember the last time we got an oil change for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
You drive less than I do, though.
I do
Should have
drive
like
much
an
less
alert
than
comes
you do.
up.
Don Trim says hi.
Hey, Don Trim.
And I don't know if we said hi to
Wow.
Lori Procopio. But
I
she's
did.
here too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did when she popped up.
Oh, man.
And your
Sorry.
mom popped up and then vanished.
She did.
I don't think she was
Hi,
getting a
Mom.
good signal or something. Because she
That
said,
could be.
I'm cool another night. Like that.
I think that was a message for me. I was supposed to call her, and I keep
Oh.
forgetting to call her at a decent time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bum. But anyway, it was a busy weekend, and of course now it is Groundhog Day.
And time to talk Star Wars.
Oh boy.
I still haven't replaced our Star Wars music. I need to find
mean,
non-copyrighted
like some
Star
sort
Wars
of-
music.
Yeah, free one or whatever. That's I don't know what you could use.
Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be something out there, right? We had asked, or I had asked a friend of ours if we could use some of his music, and he said yes. And then like YouTube or somebody said no. There's like a bunch of permission things. It's like the guy who created it and wrote it said it was okay, but we couldn't convince YouTube that was true. So I think I just need to go through the
it's
YouTube
weird.
library or something and find some music that is suitably spacey. It won't be
Yeah,
Star
yeah.
Wars. Either
We'll
that or I
take
need
it.
to record it on kazoo or something. It'll be fine. All right, what you got, Jeff?
Okay. Star Wars history's birthdays. There's like 5 or so. Our first one is actually Eddie Byrne, or Byrne. Not really sure how it's
Byrne.
pronouncing it.
He's Irish. It's Byrne.
Yeah. And he was born on January 31st, 1911. He played General Willard in A New Hope. So that's where his connection to Star Wars.
And if you don't know who General Willard is, you're to be forgiven. That's fine.
Yeah.
He was the guy who greeted Leia when Han first dropped her back on the planet. And you know, when we heard about Alderaan, we feared the worst. He was that guy. It was General Willard. And 2011.
man.
Oh my God, that's a long
106 damn credits.
career.
Woo! He was also in The Thief and the Cobbler as a character named Hoof.
He was in
So yeah,
Mutiny
good
on the
kids.
Bounty,
Yeah.
which was kind of interesting. And then I remember him like turning up in like some
So
really
many things.
old TV series.
Yeah.
But when did he die? I don't remember him doing
Saint
much.
and everything. Yeah. Where did it go?
He died in 1981.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Very big, lengthy career.
And as a character actor, he just did lots and lots of character work, which, I mean, honestly, take it.
Yeah. February 2nd, 1939 is when Jackie Burroughs was born. Her Star Wars connection is she voiced the character Morag in the Ewoks cartoon. Then I looked her up on IMDb, and of course, she has 114 credits. So good gravy. Pilot's Wife Heidi, Smallville. She was even in Smallville. My
Wow.
goodness. Yeah.
She was in Avonlea.
Yeah. Heavy Metal.
She was in 90 episodes of Avonlea. Wow.
She's Catherine in Heavy Metal. Wow, how about that? That's pretty cool.
Which
But
character in Heavy Metal?
Catherine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That's
There-
pretty cool.
There was a thing where just like there were a lot of English productions during the 70s
Yeah.
and in the 80s, and like a certain group of people just worked all of them.
Yeah.
And it was nuts. And
She was a lot.
and there were some people like William Hootkins, who was an American,
Yeah.
who went over to England, and he worked a lot because they needed an
Yeah.
American.
Yeah. Exactly. And they worked with Japan. A lot of Japanese movies that did that too.
Right.
A lot of actors went over there. We need Americans for our movies. So, you know. The next person on the list was January 29th, 1942. That's when Peter Sumner was born. And he portrayed Lieutenant Paul Treatham, or Treatham. And he was also the operator of the Dianoga inside the Garbage Smasher, strangely enough. So he did double duty instead of the first Star Wars.
And again, because none of these guys had names when Star Wars first came out.
Yeah.
This is the guy in the control room who was like, TK421, why aren't you at your post? He's that
Exactly.
dude.
Yeah. And then his IMDb has like 82 credits. So he's done quite a few other things, you know, before this and before Star Wars and after Star Wars. So he was a busy fella.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And Peter Sumner. I'll get rid of him. Okay. And then the next person on the list, boy, that's a lot of folks.
There's a lot of people this week.
January 30th, 1942, Marty Balin. Yep. Holiday special.
If you're a music fan,
Yes.
you know Marty Balin from Jefferson Starship,
Yep.
which means he was in Star Wars Holiday Special.
That's right. And our last birthday on the Star Wars history list is January 28th, 1944. Andrew Jack was born, and he was. People may not know who this is, but what he did for Star Wars was actually he was a dialect coach for the show for Star Wars.
And
You know.
now, did he teach people how to use an English accent or an American accent?
Not necessarily sure, to be honest. I know that he let's see here.
Well, he died.
He worked with a lot of other people, like
he
Robert
died
Downey Jr.,
recently.
Chris Dawes, yeah. And he's actually in Star Wars. He's actually in there. He plays a general or a resistance major in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi.
So
He was
I
the voice
think
of
he
Moloch.
taught people how to
Solo.
use a British accent.
Yeah, I think so.
But he also created all the Middle Earth accents for Lord of the Rings
Yes.
Wow.
and Elvish. And he taught them to the cast, taught them how to do it. So Viggo Mortensen and Kate Blanchett and all those people. But some of these make me scratch my head. Like he did, he worked with Pierce Brosnan in the James Bond films.
Yeah,
Now,
I don't know.
James
Maybe
Bond is Irish. Did he need to be more English?
Maybe they want him to be more British sounding than Irish sounding.
Weird.
You know, more, which is kind of odd. But yeah, so he had it's neat that he did the dialect and it being actually in the film too. So we're in two of the films.
He
Or
was
three of them actually.
the voice of Moloch
Yes.
in Solo.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, and he was Professor Moriarty in Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. And he passed away during the filming of the Batman.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad. He was trying to teach the vampire how to speak like Batman.
You better yeah.
I'm sorry.
Speak American English.
You need to sparkle less. Please sparkle less. All right, what's our history?
Last three here are January 28th, 1975. George finishes the second draft of Star Wars called The Adventures of Starkiller. January 27th, 1983, George officially said that the title of the new Star Wars movie was changed from Revenge to Return of the Jedi.
We were so
because-
bummed when
yeah,
that happened too.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Jedi sounded so cool, and Return of the Jedi sounded so wimpy.
Yeah.
But then he said the Jedi don't take revenge, and
Yeah, exactly. So I had to change it.
okay, but that made
Yep.
anyone with a poster a rich person.
Yeah.
That said
So-
Revenge of the Jedi.
January 31st, I have one of those. January 31st, 1997, Albin Johnson wore homemade Stormtrooper armor to the premiere of the special edition Star Wars, and the reactions he got sparked 501st Legion.
I have no idea
That's
what
what it
that
says.
is. He said, pointing at his shirt with the 501st Legion logo embroidered
No idea what that means.
on it.
Yeah.
Right. That's pretty funny. What was even funnier is that we were doing like our own events and stuff, like before we even found out about the 501st.
Yeah.
Like, there was just something about it, I think, that time period that really inspired a bunch of people to go out and do stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that's cool. We got a vote from Talon Thorne for the kazoo-based Star Wars performance.
Yeah. I mean, they're only.
Alrighty then.
I wonder
get a
if-
bag of party favors. They're good, so
But it's still Star Wars.
I know,
so...
and that's like I wonder if we would get dinged for that.
Because
or not.
what we should
don't
do
think
is
so.
I don't know what little instrument Jeff might have, but Sean has a kalimba and Colleen has a ukulele.
That's right. Neither
So
of
if
which we play well.
Right, we're terrible. So we could do like a Star Wars thing,
yeah.
but we need to know what instrument Jeff plays.
I don't have any. To be
We'll
honest.
go out and get you a kazoo
Right.
Oh, yeah, I'll have to do that. That'd be
or a
much easier.
recorder.
I almost bought, but it had a little damage that I didn't want to fix. But I almost bought a banjo lately for my Kermit puppet. It's
see.
basically a ukulele-sized banjo, but
Okay.
it was missing strings and it had some issues. And I'm like, well,
Gotcha.
if I get one, I kind of want it to be playable. Lori Procopio says that she's got one of the Revenge of the Jedi patches, and I think I do too.
Yeah.
And I think I have the button that Chris Marble gave away, which is a Revenge of one of those 2-inch buttons that said Revenge of the Jedi, which they were giving out at
gotcha.
conventions until they changed it. So,
Yeah, I have the Revenge of the Jedi poster, or whatever, in my hallway. So
is it one of the original ones, or is it a reprint?
I don't know. It's
That's-
It's one I actually got from Phil. So
Oh.
it used to be Phil's. So I'm gonna hazard a guess it's an original one.
There are
Because it's
ways to
Phil,
tell, but you got to take it out of the frame. It's complicated,
I don't know.
but no worries.
Okay, so I have now sent Sean the kalimba keys for the Star Wars theme.
Oh wow! I should probably put the little labels on it that tell me what key. Do you guys know what a kalimba is? It's a little wooden box with little metal teens on it, and you flip them with your thumbs, and it's essentially
Yeah.
a glorified music box, except instead
Yes.
of having a little roller that would plink these things, you plink them with your thumbs. And I think Colleen got me
Yeah.
the kalimba with the idea that, one, I was interested in learning some kind of musical instrument and couldn't make up my mind. And
Okay.
two, this is actually something small that could actually kind of go into Galaxy's Edge. And would fit in. I'd have to doctor it a little bit so it looked a little less made in China. But
Yeah.
it's a nice little wooden box with little metal things, and it looks suitably rudimentary that it could fit at Galaxy's Edge on Batu. So I just have to learn how to play a
Okay.
real song on it instead of quite literally plinking around on it, which is what I've
Well,
been doing.
I
Gotcha.
just sent Sean the how to play it on the kalimba, so
Okay.
you should
Cool.
be able to do that. There's
Luckily with the
also
kazoo, it's just your own
kalimba
voice,
versions
so.
that are this big with like 6 keys on it.
Yeah.
They're like this big
little tiny
that
ones.
you can put on a little thing and wear around your neck.
Mm.
But it seemed like you couldn't get much music out of something with only like 6 keys.
Right. I don't know what you like. Happy birthday, maybe.
I don't know. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Right. Something like that.
That would work.
That's pretty fun.
there was a promotional video for season 3 of The Mandalorian that talks about the phenomenon that is The Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. And we watched that. It was interesting, and there wasn't really any question about whether we would be watching season 3, so
Right.
it was almost pointless.
And yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's interesting because they show the volume space that they shoot in. They show some stuff from Celebration, which is kind of cool, and they show people working behind the scenes. But a lot of this is just so much of a no-brainer. Who hasn't seen Baby Yoda memes?
Right.
Who
And
hasn't?
Exactly.
There's
Boba-Kit tells us it's 27 more days that we have to wait to see
okay.
the phenomenon.
Do
that
we need a
is.
countdown? Do I have to make a graphic? 27 days.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff coming out, Star Wars wise, with this. Ahsoka's coming out. The Acolyte is coming out.
Yep.
So much Star Wars. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Do you remember the old days when you had to wait like 2-3 years for a movie?
More than that.
You saw a movie, and then like
Yeah.
2 or 3 years later, you got another movie.
Right.
A little oversaturation they did when Disney got it. So, but
Well, Disney hears dollar signs.
yeah.
That sounds like a song. There is a new Star Wars lo-fi of Starlight Beacon. In case you, like me, are like, what the heck does that mean?
I'm gonna load it up. And
It
I'll
is
show
a
you.
background that you can put up on your,
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
the
on your
newest one.
computer or
Yeah.
YouTube, and
Your TV. You
it
let
just kind
play
of
in
has
the
a space
background.
station in the background.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the sinister.
So if you
music.
have a space window, you can put it in your space window.
space window.
Hey, Eric is done washing the dishes and has joined us. Hi, Eric.
So there's this space station which is featured on a book, and a friend of mine built an actual physical model of it that is on the cover of the book. It's like a hardcover
Cool.
book, and so he built
Lisa
them.
said that there are lots of things she could say about this, but it would be spoilers for the... Oh, maybe she's talking about Mandalorian, though. I don't know whether she's talking about Mandalorian or the book.
Lisa?
Sporkicide?
Series.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, High
The
Republic.
book. Yeah, the book.
Oh yeah, it's the book. So I know in my Star Wars magazine I've got there are ads for this like all over the place. But I just think it was interesting that Lucasfilm commissioned a physical model of this thing to be made. They're not using it here that I can tell. This looks like a painting.
Yeah, it's just a CG painting kind of
But
thing.
on the
yeah.
book cover it's an actual model that somebody built. And the guy who built it, James, he's absolutely amazing, and he's kind of out of control because he works really, really hard to do. He tries to do studio scale models of things,
Yeah.
so they're just like monstrously huge. But he's amazingly talented. It's really pretty great stuff.
Nice.
So, yeah, it was a pretty cool gig for him to scoop. So, anyway, this goes on, what, like an hour?
Yeah, pretty much.
And
It's just like the other ones. It's just, they were.
yeah,
coming out, so.
it's more of the same of this.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And our final Star Wars info for today is that Star Wars Visions Season 2 dates and titles were released or leaked
Yes.
or
And
whatever
the studios,
it is.
too.
I'm sorry?
And the studios the animation studios that were
That'll be
involved
participating?
in making them.
Right. Visions, if you don't remember, was the series of anime stories that were done in Star Wars.
And
Yeah.
these will be
Oh.
coming to Disney Plus on May 4th.
Yeah. It was released by StarWars.com. So
Oh, okay.
Right.
yeah.
So if you know your anime studios, actually, they're not all anime. So
Yeah. there's one in
Cartoon
particular.
Saloon, Punk Robot, Mir Studio,
Yeah.
Aardman is going
Yes.
to do one. And so Aardman does
So
claymation.
wait a minute. Somebody posted a picture of Han and I feel like it was Han and Chewie held on as their but it was the Aardman characters. Give me a second.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
go look up.
Okay, well,
Who
their
that was.
their short is called
Yeah.
"I Am Your Mother,"
Yeah.
which looks kind of fun.
Yeah.
"Spirits of the Piano"
Yeah.
is what the director Magdalena Osinka did. Let's see here. I'm looking to see.
And like Cartoon Saloon, which does The Secret of the Kells and such.
Right.
Like nifty little animation studio. They did one as well.
Triggerfish.
Screecher's Reach.
Maybe it was Kelly. I don't remember who did that.
Pretty cool. I mean, it's. I was like Aardman.
Right.
When I saw that, I'm like, wait, what? All right.
Yeah,
I was
that's
shocked.
kind of cool.
Like, that's
It's
cool.
not Kelly. Well, I can't remember who did it, but I swear that today on Facebook I saw a picture of it was like either Han and Chewie or Han and Luke. It was definitely
I
Han.
found it.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, great.
It was posted 15 hours ago, and it is somebody's. I actually found it on Twitter. Let me see if I can make it any larger. Oh, gosh darn it, because it's on somebody's stupid Pinterest page. I just really loathe Pinterest
Yes.
because it hijacks stuff. Okay, no, I can't get at it because it's on Pinterest.
Boo.
Well, boo.
Yeah, it really sucks. Let me see if I can find another one maybe. Let me try this one. Oh, here we go. It looks like a sketch, and so, take it with a grain of salt.
Okay.
But this is what it is. It's that one. So it's a very Wallace and Gromit, Han and Chewie
Yeah.
kind of thing, which is pretty
It's
fun.
silly.
So they're definitely, of the right style.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So Talonthorn reminds me that of whose site it's on. So
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
close, but I was wrong.
Anyway,
Whose I thought I saw it
it's
on.
cute, but is that what we're going to get from them? Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is funny.
That's funny.
And the Star Wars site. This is a list of all the animation studios that are going to chip in on this. I'm glad that they're widening the reach of it. So there was originally a book called Star Wars Visions that was basically lots of artists who did their own take on Star Wars. I was fortunate enough in one of my visits to Skywalker Ranch to see a lot of that art in person as they were starting to file it away after creating the book. And oh my God, so much of it was just gorgeous. And then when they did the Visions series before, it was almost all anime. And I kind of wanted a wider net for it. And this is going to be it. So I'm excited that they're doing more.
Cool.
Okay, moving on to theme parks.
Nice.
Although let's take a quick break for Sean to talk about the top of the hour before we delve into theme parks.
Right. You are listening to Sci-Fi Radio. If you are hearing us over the internet airwaves, live on Drive, we were calling it early in the week. That's Sci-Fi Radio. We have all sorts of news and stuff up there for you. Go check that out if you like. If you are watching us, if you are seeing our smiling faces somewhere, that could be Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and we're very grateful to have you doing that. Boba-Kit Sovine is doing our links and such. She does our control document, which is totally awesome. And she got a new car that she's tooling around in. That's kind of pretty nice, too. I'm Sean Obi-Shawn Crosby.
It's just a little Donoho.
I'm Colleen Kaylee Crosby.
And thanks for being here, eh?
Sorry, I was looking at the requests for Wallace and Gromit over on Twitch. Theme parks. Universal City Walk is opening a new restaurant called Toothsome, and it's a steampunk themed restaurant. Their menu is very much what you would expect for an American restaurant in
A theme park.
outside a theme park
thing, right?
Yeah, although it does have one thing that I thought was odd was that they've got chocolate and almond bread as an appetizer. Chocolate almond bread.
Okay.
It just seemed like a weird appetizer. So if I ever go there, I will try the chocolate almond bread and let y'all know how it is.
The Chocolate Emporium. It's yeah, I guess that's the full.
Toothsome Chocolate Emporium and Savory Feast Kitchen.
Right.
Is the full name. The waiters are all in steampunk gear. So it would be a fun day if you wanted to go with a group of your steampunk friends to go to this restaurant. But it's very standard. Like the food is probably good, but it is very standard American fare. Lots of barbecue, burgers, and.
Did this take over something like the Hard Rock?
Maybe.
Because it kind of looks like where the Hard Rock was, and so in front of the Hard Rock was this giant guitar, and now there's this thing with like this sort of giant radio tower. I'll show you guys real quick in the article that I have open. And honestly, it looks like where the Hard Rock used to be. But I could be wrong. I haven't been to City Walk in a while. Here we go.
Yeah, I haven't been to City Walk in years.
Don is going to Universal Studios Hollywood next weekend. Maybe we'll have to have him give us a report.
Hard Rock? Oh, no, this is Orlando. Whoops.
Yeah, Universal Studios City Walk came before Downtown Disney, which means it's gone through a lot of changes over the years. The last time I was at the Hard Rock was when we went to do Tron. Remember, we went to go see Tron Legacy, and we met up with all the people who were in costume? That was the last time I've been in the Hard Rock Cafe at downtown, or City Walk.
Wow.
So...
I'm looking at Universal City. I'm filtering to Universal City Walk to see what the dining is and whether there is still a Hard Rock. Oh my gosh, there's 28 pages.
It says the one in Florida.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Hard Rock Cafe.
Hard Rock Cafe set to close January in City Walk, Hollywood as of 2019.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
it closed in 2020. And I bet you anything that is what has taken its place.
Yeah, I Googled it. It said that's exactly that.
Yeah, I just Googled Hard Rock City Walk closed.
Yeah, and there you go.
Right.
I just wonder how many locations are left.
I imagine that most of the international locations are still doing just fine.
Oh gosh, there are a lot of locations.
Right.
Yeah, there's about 25 in Canada and the U.S.
Yeah, and there's one in San Diego.
Ooh, that's a much better picture, actually.
What do you got, Jeff?
I just clicked on the link that Lisa threw it in the chat, and there's a bunch of pictures of it, of this on the Reddit page, where you can see like menus and the inside.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Here, I'll throw that up.
Looks like a Starbucks inside of one shot. Yeah.
Reddit. There we go.
Yeah.
So that's totally where the Hard Rock was, and the thing that used to be the giant guitar is now this
a steampunk thingy.
Like steam tower or something.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can flip through some of these pictures that they've got. Here's the menu. Can we read the menu?
I've got the menu open.
Totally looks like
right here.
Starbucks.
Everything has a very cutesy name to it, like Thrilla and Vanilla.
Well, you're just looking at the milkshakes.
Yep.
They've
Things are
got
the bullshit there,
Jacques
apparently.
specialty milkshakes, but they also have sundaes and other desserts.
Here's the inside. The inside doesn't look all that different from the Hard Rock either. They just
They stuck a few gears around.
they replaced the
Rivets.
stuff with airships instead of the Enterprise hanging over the
Rivets.
thing.
Yeah, one of the one of the inside pictures, I'm like, Starbucks. It was like it's the same
Right.
rack situation and everything. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, and the staircase was there last time we were there. We took pictures on it.
see, there
They
you go.
just punked it out.
Was it the last time we were there when Tron came out?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh.
That was the last time
There
I
you
was
go.
in there.
Starbucks.
Yeah, and the obligatory gift shop.
So
Yeah. Laura, the food is expensive.
yeah,
Yeah, it will be.
It's theme park prices.
yeah.
Yeah, just like downtown Disney is,
Yeah.
or as we like to call it, Disney Walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Disney, the prices at the Droid Depot Build-A-Droid and Savi's Workshop have dropped.
Have they? I didn't know they went up at the Droid Depot, but I remember
Yeah.
Savi's went up by $50. What did they drop to?
I am looking to see what they dropped.
Because they
to.
made me pay extra when I
It
went
says
to go in.
building a
and do my thing.
lightsaber typically ran
They're
guests
not much cheaper.
$250, but they've dropped it to $220.
Okay.
And the Droid
So 20 to
Depot
30
used
bucks.
to be $120, and it's now back to $100.
Okay.
So it looks like they dropped the price increase that you got hit with.
Yeah, well, because it had gone up twice.
Yeah.
And so when you first gifted me the experience, it was $200. Then it went to like $220 or $225, and then it went up to $250.
And this is only at Disneyland. They have not dropped the price
At Walt
at
Disney
Walt
World.
Disney World.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to see if there's anything else I've missed in that article. This is really fun. Cast members got the new Disney 100 name tags and got to add their favorite characters. And there's an article that gives us the top 10 out of all 34,000 tags that were passed out. And I have to say that one of my favorite things to do at Disney now that I had no idea would be my favorite when I saw this, until I saw them in person, I love talking to the cast members about who they picked as their favorite character.
It's
Nice.
been a really great way to engage with cast members because, you talk to them anyway, and then you're like, okay, who's your character? And, that gives you something to talk about. It's been a lot of fun.
And the very first person I ran into at DCA, who was the person who scanned my entrance, my watch
magic band?
entrance thing, my magic band, had Stitch on theirs. And Stitch is the number
Of course.
one choice out of all the employees,
Cast
members, sorry.
Wow.
The top 10 are
Interesting.
Stitch, Tinkerbell, Spider-Man, Ariel, Wall-E, Mickey Mouse, Belle, Darth Vader, Donald Duck, and Scarlet Witch. So it's a nice mix. And also, they were not allowed to get a choice from the Muppets, Nightmare Before Christmas, and some
what the hell?
of the Seven Dwarfs.
Well, I think they limited these because I think they all have to work off of templates. I think that's how their name badges work. And the larger letters are individual, but the smaller character names are a plate that the router follows. So I don't think they could do all of them. It's not like you can just have any character that you want.
Right, but specifically disincluding the Muppets and Nightmare Before Christmas, because if they were including those, then Kermit would have been a choice, or Fozzie,
Oh yeah, totally.
Right.
and Miss Piggy.
Yeah. That would have been awesome, actually.
But if you didn't choose, then you were automatically given Mickey, and many of the cast members don't have their new name tags yet.
Oh.
And they were very disappointed when you would ask where their new name tag was. They're just
DCA seemed to get preference for that.
Yeah, they had more people had it.
And
than-
Galaxy's Edge does not get them at all.
Yeah.
Because they are outside of Earth.
Yes.
And
So-
Boba-Kit wants you all to know that there is a cast member whose name is Jack, and he picked the character Jack, so that his name badge would read
Jack.
Jack.
That's pretty funny. You know, I did a search on my Facebook page before for Disney name badges, and I came up with this whole slew of them while I was there in the park. I'm doing the same thing now on Facebook, and I can't come up with any, which
Weird.
Or what?
is really strange. Because I thought that it would just, pop them all up here for me like it did before. And instead, it's like showing me anything I did that said badge in it, and like not my friends. Because, man, my entire feed was filled with cast members getting their badges and being super excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, I talked to a lot of cast members who really like this as a feature. It's one of the things that Disney has done for them in a while that has really connected them, I think, with the company and with the park. So it's a good move on Disney. Unfortunately, I think they only get to wear them through October.
Boo. But at least they get to keep them.
Right? Yeah. And it looks
Yeah.
like everybody got two, but
I
like
got my
I
name tag
love
still somewhere.
them. It is so much fun.
yeah, it's really great. And honestly, it helps me remember the cast members' names
Right.
too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and so and now that I said that, I'm gonna totally blank. Mauricio, yes, exactly. So he was the guy who helped us during the parade
Right.
and stuff, which was really great.
And a little hint, if you have the Disney app on your phone and there's a cast member who goes above and beyond, there is a spot in the app where you can report a great interaction with a cast member.
Yeah.
And what you need to do when you have a cast member that you want to give kudos to,
Nice.
note what land they're in,
Right, what their location is.
kind of what their job is, like why, are they a ride operator? Are they a maintenance crew? And then their first name, which is on their name tag, and it says to put their city, which is normally below their name. But in this case, you would have to put until October, you have to put their
Give
character.
the character, yeah.
And you can just put that in the app, and they get a good
It's-
grade or whatever.
It's
So-
not quite as good as like going to City Hall and actually filing a compliment. You can't like write a
But
description
the
of
lines
everything
at City
they did.
Hall are always long lately.
Yeah, they're really brutal.
And also, I've gone to City Hall before and been told to, just before the pandemic, I was told to put my compliment to a cast member on Facebook, on the Disney Facebook page. And that, rather than file it at City Hall. So that was funny.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had something to inject, Jeff?
Yeah, I asked Andrew if he got a special name for his, and
He's
he
not
and
Luke Skywalker?
Andrew Lockerbie.
Yeah.
He got he and Kristen. They got Yzma and Kronk. So his
Wow.
says Andrew Kronk
That's really funny.
from The Emperor's New Groove. So that's awesome.
Wow.
I did run into a guy who had Obi-Wan Kenobi, which
Oh, nice.
I
Yeah.
thought was pretty good. And I think her name was Amanda. She was over at DCA also as we were getting ready for the parade, and hers was Baymax. and that seemed
nice.
to be very fitting for her. And she laughed when we did the little Baymax fist bump, the ba-da-la-da-la-da-la.
And apparently you could get, and I don't know what character this was from.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to research it because Andrew probably obviously knows, but he's like, I regret not getting Mr. Prickle Pants.
Yeah, if that's available, that'd be pretty great, because then you'd be Timothy Dalton.
Yeah.
Right. Jumping back for a second to the Universal City Walk Toothsomes, Allison Lockhart reports that the food at Toothsomes is tasty. So
Yeah,
thanks,
and
Allison.
Allison is our insider over at Universal Studios Hollywood.
Yep.
Been there for a long time.
Back at Disneyland, someone did a little TikTok video of how to get kicked out of Disneyland.
Like, seriously
then.
trying to get kicked out of
No,
Disneyland?
they
or-
did a TikTok video standing in front of the castle holding a
Oh my
Mickey
God.
Mouse box with a sparkler, a
That
lit
was insane.
sparkler. And you can see a
boy.
cast member walking behind them talking on the phone,
Right.
clearly reporting it.
Oh boy.
So
Not
hopefully the person got kicked out for doing that and banned.
Not only was it an open flame, it was a like Roman
Spitting.
candle style firework.
Yeah.
And there
Oh, I thought it was just a really big sparkler.
no, it was kind of shooting upward in kind of it wasn't like a, wielding it like a lightsaber
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I
but
thought
she-
it was like a giant sparkler.
She had this box and it was like spitting the thing up. It was kind of nuts. And she was obviously, doing her like, yay, happy birthday, Disney TikTok-y thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What an
And,
idiot.
Like, seriously. And like, I have a hard enough time getting things I need in Disneyland. How did she get that in there?
Right.
I don't even want to know. I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah.
But man, that was awful.
And then moving on to Knott's Berry Farm. The Knott's Berry Farm Peanut Celebration has lots of food offerings. And I forgot to look at these before the show. So,
Well, why don't I open them up and we'll scroll through them? and
actually,
see what's going on?
because the link doesn't really...
Oh, yeah,
You
you're
have to
right. It
scroll
just
down a
goes
little
to
bit.
tickets.
And then it shows them.
No, if you scroll down, it actually has
Scroll down a little
savory selections and then
then
sweet
you
selections,
can
but
click
there's
over
4
them.
separate links to click on.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it just...
So,
I see.
yeah.
It's... Oh, this is not... Okay.
just
So
shows you
Scroll
there
through
are
it.
left and right
So-
arrows. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I will try and find something that gives you an actual
List.
listing of.
Well,
them as
here, I'll
opposed to
pop
just
this
that,
up for the
Well, I mean,
time being.
this'll work for Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say that the last time there was a food festival, there seemed to be much better selections than what they have this time. This isn't really doing it for me.
Yeah, their barbecue stuff doesn't look that exciting. Calico tater bites.
Have you tried any of this, Jeff, or has it
I
not
think there's
started
stuff.
yet?
Not yet. I haven't been there since it started. So I
Are
haven't
you
tried it
planning
yet.
to go try some of these? Maybe you should tell us what you're
Yeah,
planning
yeah.
to try.
This is gonna
Yeah.
break some
mean-
heads. Carnitas, pineapple, bacon, and jalapeno stuffed baked potato.
Yeah. Yeah. Some and actually, there are a lot of them that are actually included in the meal. You can get for the meal plan.
Oh, yeah? That's cool.
So.
So you're just
yeah.
going to play it by ear?
Yeah.
There wasn't
I think
anything
so.
that you had
Are
set
you
your
going
sights
to
on.
try the cornbread funnel cake with pulled pork? Jeff?
No.
No?
All right.
I would try that just because it's weird.
I would probably have the mac and cheese bites, obviously, or something like that, because I don't eat meat, so
I'm gonna point this one out because I think it's ridiculous.
maybe the funnel. Oh, darn it!
This is a Cubano panini burger. Those are just 3 types of sandwiches.
Right, that's weird.
Yeah.
It can't be all of those things.
Yeah, that's weird.
Let's see here.
The mac and cheese bites look pretty good.
Listing of it all.
Sean, why don't you go down to the desserts?
Desserts.
Select bakery items.
Oh, is that?
French toast
okay.
funnel cake with boysenberry on it.
Maybe this. I'll send you a link that might look better.
No.
So I'll put it in our chat so that you can look. You guys can see it.
Carrot
That
cake
might be a better-
churro with cream cheese filling. That just sounds wrong.
Yeah.
Peach cobbler hand pie, but it's
Yeah.
not really a hand pie.
It is not a hand pie. It's just a miniature pie.
Right.
Yeah.
Cotton
And they had
candy.
something. The video. There's a video that I put in, but it's not in the thing. But people can go and see that they covered they went to everything that you could get. Sweet chili tofu tater bites. I'm not really a tofu fan, but that's totally meal plan eligible, but it's veggie.
Right.
The tater tots is
The
meal plan. So one of
definition
them.
of I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm interrupting you. Go ahead.
It's okay.
No, go ahead. I was
I'm just
interrupting
saying-
you.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying this. The one page I put in the link that has a little more description for stuff.
I hope so,
So it
because you
actually- a
can't
lot of
click
them will
on any
say-
of that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
So a
trying
lot
to
of them-
get
There's
to
a
it.
bunch of them that say that they are meal plan eligible too. So if you have the meal plan, it's just go get it.
And how much is the meal plan?
Oh boy, I'm not.
Is-
Do
really
you have the
sure
meal
what they
plan? I know
charge
it's
it.
an addition
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the. Yeah, it's not that much,
Yes, I do.
Sean. I mean,
Yeah,
comparatively,
the meal
it's a
plan's
good,
not.
good
Yeah,
deal.
yeah, compared to everything else, totally.
Yeah.
We got the meal plan and the drink plan, and it's it's already paid for itself in a couple trips.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kit says that pie can fit in your hand, and
Yeah,
Lisa
but it's
says
not-
maybe hand is an ingredient.
It's not actually a hand pie. Well,
No,
and
it's
they
not,
they
because-
show it in a baseball mitt too, which
Well,
is
for a
like
hand
kind of
pie,
thing.
you have to be able to hold it without a dish,
Yeah.
and that is cooked in a dish. so-
Right, right.
Yeah.
You lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have quite a few that I'll probably try that I can actually eat. So
I mean, I'll try anything with boysenberry in it. That's a no-brainer.
and a lot of drinks.
Yeah, this maybe has bigger pictures, but it doesn't really explain anything more than that other page does. And what's really, really bad about the previous page is it shows you all these pictures that you can scroll back and forth through. None of those are clickable. You can't click on it and says, this is what's in everything.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's the
Epcot
best I could
has the International Festival of the Arts coming up, which is also a food festival, and so maybe we could do a quick look at some of the things there are really neat to look at. I have no idea
Yeah.
whether they would be good or not, but they're neat to look at.
Yeah. But I will definitely report back when I get back from Knott's.
Cool. When are you going next,
Yeah.
Jeff? That you know of?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I'm busy this weekend, so it won't be this weekend.
Right.
Or next, for that matter. So maybe a weekday.
Are you able to find that, Sean?
Which, the Epcot?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here. Hold on. Now presented by AT&T.
Right.
Ah.
So the thing that's kind of fun about this is because it's an art festival, they're trying to make the food artistic. And so they have food that is both based on artwork, which you can see coming up fairly soon in this article. They have a Mondrian style cake, which I thought was fun.
Needs heavier borders.
Yeah, it would be better with heavier borders. And then if you scroll down a few items farther, they have deconstructed items. And they're kind of fun. They have deconstructed desserts and deconstructed.
Did they really call it a Mondrian cake? I don't think they're calling it that.
Well, they didn't, but it looks like a Mondrian cake, doesn't it?
Frangipane.
Frangipani just means like it's an almond cake.
Okay.
In fact, they may be calling it almond
boy.
cake. If you,
So,
I think
food.
frangipani is actually a liqueur, an almond liqueur.
Yeah, that's good.
Deconstructed BLT, French onion soup, key lime pie. I think they're showing us the key lime pie.
Yeah, and they've also, it took me a while to figure out, but I'm pretty sure the deconstructed dish next to the key lime pie
On the left.
is the BLT.
Huh.
With the pork, the thing in the back is the pork belly,
Really?
then the soft poached egg, the onion bread pudding, which I'm sure is grossing Sean out,
Totally.
watercress espuma, which I looked up espuma and it's foam, and tomato jam. So I think
yeah.
this would be fun to try. I don't know if I would be able to handle almost any of the textures of those things,
Right.
but it would be fun.
Deco delights. Deco is debatable.
Well, the chocolate, the side of that chocolate thing is sort of deco looking.
Sort of.
Frangipani is almond cream. So
Okay.
basically it says almond cream
Right.
in that description.
Whoa.
The mussels?
Yeah. Ugh. It's like that is such an unappetizing presentation. Like,
No,
here's
thank
your
you.
here's your bowl of mussels.
Yep. But I think it's fun how they've gone really fancy on some of these things. I
Yeah.
wouldn't necessarily try all of them, but there are a number of them that I think would be really fun to sample.
Jet Black Heart Nitro Oatmeal Stout. Dear Lord.
I would not sample that.
Like a beer that will kill you. Plant-based bratwurst with turmeric aioli, coffee barbecued jackfruit, and slaw. And then they tell you it's a plant-based item in parentheses. Soft serve waffle cone with Dole Whip and salted caramel soft serve.
Lisa needs a trip to Florida.
Well, honestly, we all need a trip to
Although
Florida.
I saw a thing today that said Florida is basically 1930s Germany with theme parks.
Hey.
That made me
So
laugh.
they got that going for it.
Oh dear. At any rate, we don't have to go through the whole thing, but it is very fun, and if I were in a position to attend this festival, I surely would, and I would try out some of the wacky items that they've got
The
going on.
passion fruit mousse is very festive.
I would completely try a passion fruit mousse. Yum.
With dragon fruit jam.
Yeah.
Okay, that's sort of cute. There's there's like a palette cookie
Isn't
or
that
something.
adorable?
Oh, yeah.
It comes with a little brush. Can you eat the brush?
It's a
Jumbo chocolate chip cookie.
It's a chocolate chip cookie as an artist palette with little puddles of paint made out of frosting.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah.
For the
Strawberry
people
Dole
on the
Whip
radio.
or whipped
Yes,
lemon.
totally.
Blood
I'm
orange
sure
braised
all these pictures are.
Doesn't it look
happy.
gross?
beet tartare. Does
Wow.
beet tartare
The
just
heck?
means it's raw beets?
I guess, which is weird because they kind of look cooked.
That's kind of neat,
great.
though.
Well, first
Yeah.
off, it's got mushrooms all over it, so
Cool.
I'm out. And
Yeah.
golden beets.
Sounds good.
Roasted bone marrow with onion marmalade, pickled mushrooms, and petite lettuce.
Now, I didn't say you would try these things. I said I would try
Oh
these
no,
things.
I get it. I'm looking at these because some of them just make me scratch my head because they're like
Yeah.
bone marrow.
It's
Yeah.
oh no, that's a big thing.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
totally.
You know,
Yeah.
especially dogs. Dogs.
I don't think I could handle the texture, but you know.
They have the popped art, which
Yeah.
is a Pop-Tart
geez.
with blueberry filling. It's pretty funny. Rainbow cake with freeze-dried Skittles.
And I don't know what it is, why this is the case, but the food festivals in Florida at Epcot just seem superior to the ones at California Adventure.
Well, and I have a theory about
Bigger?
this. First off, they've been doing it longer.
There's that, yeah.
Secondly, they probably have, and this is why Florida got Star Wars weekends, whereas we didn't out in Disneyland. They have the facility to pull it off. Basically, they have kitchens that can make all of this stuff and get it to the little carts.
The other thing is that they have a lot more
And we don't.
hotels, so they have a lot more fancy restaurants
Right.
that could, say, do one or two desserts, just adding to their menu.
Right. Well, but a lot of these are in,
Yeah.
they're in the like world showcase. So like these are from France, these are from
Right.
Mexico, these are from whatever. And
Yeah.
and I think they just have the facilities to make this happen. Whereas like, so we've got the Lunar New Year thing going on at DCA, and they've got some little carts, but it's nowhere as big as like their actual food festival has been.
Right.
And I think that like they can pull off something because the carts maybe have 3 things at them, and that's
Each
about
cart
all that
seems
they
to
can
have
really do.
2 food items and
And a
any
dessert.
number of well no, a lot of times 1 to 2 food items and 1 or 2 dessert items, and then up to several beverages.
Yeah, and so I think that there's just so many of the world showcases. Like this is China, and so they've got General Tso's chicken shumai, and they've got char siu pork, and then like 4 beverages.
The thing that was kind of difficult about going to California Adventure to the Lunar Festival is that we had a group of people who between us were a very picky group. We had somebody who is a pescatarian, so they'll eat vegetarian or fish, but also no dairy or very little dairy and no nuts, and someone who's allergic to shellfish, and someone who doesn't like mushrooms. And then, you put in and a toddler. And then you put in all your other food likes and dislikes. Like there are some textures that I have issues with that I won't eat. And it was very difficult to buy anything from the food festival because there was nothing that all of us could eat.
Right. I mean, and you could scatter. It would just take you forever to get your food.
Yeah.
I know that for lunch, I walked around the corner because we were in San Francisco, and I walked around the corner to Cars Land, and I just went to Flo's, and I got a club sandwich because it was just easier and faster for me to actually walk over there, pick it up, and come back.
Yeah.
Than to get just about anything else. Yeah, that's kind of
All right, so let's
interesting.
get that last Disney item or theme park item. Disneyland Paris has a new drone Marvel show. And they've been doing a lot of drone shows over there, like at the Eiffel Tower and things like that. So
Right.
they're probably getting pretty good at it.
Well, and what's interesting is that they have experimented with drones in Florida. We haven't really done much in California yet. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe it has to do with air traffic or something like that. But for Florida, when Galaxy's Edge opened, they created drones that looked like X-Wings. And
Yeah, I remember that. That was super cool.
They like took
Yeah.
off, they flew a little bit, they landed. They didn't even go anywhere near to fulfilling their potential. Just was really kind of a bummer. I'm gonna, while we're talking about this, I am going to open up this video here.
Oh, have you watched the video?
I have not.
Don't.
Don't?
No, because it's mostly talking about the show, not showing the show.
Well, forget it then.
Yeah, so I just scanned through it, and it's not worth it.
Hey, so we were talking about Florida and California, the Disney parks, and both of them. I don't know about the foreign ones, but the domestic United States parks seem to be sponsored by Joffrey's Coffee. And does anybody else think of Game of Thrones when they hear that? I'm like, I don't want any coffee from Joffrey. He was a jerk.
I think Joffrey's Coffee has been around in Florida
I don't
at
really watch that
Disney
show.
World for a long time.
I'm sure. It's just
Yeah.
the problem is that's what comes up every time I think about it. So.
Excuse me.
Gotcha.
It's crazy.
Okay, so trailers. We have a whole 2 this week, so not much on the new trailer front. Coming to theaters on June 2nd is Boogeyman. And you can guess that that's a horror movie, and you'd be right. Anybody have any comments on it?
Not really.
Jeff, you have anything you want to say about it?
Yeah, I mean, what the world? Okay. God, it was a Stephen King short story, so, and the trailer, to be honest, I watched it and I don't remember it.
Yeah, well, and that was
But,
the point I was going to make, is that it just didn't really make much of an impression on me.
Yeah.
Like, not enough to go, oh, yeah, okay. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's the usual terrorize little kids kind of a deal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was not a fan.
I
There's
imagine
no way I
the
would watch
kids will
this.
fight back. And,
Yeah.
but,
I think it's about a dad who fights back when his kid gets taken or something.
I saw that Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah. Coming to Netflix someday is
Someday.
Gamera Rebirth. And this isn't even a trailer. This is just a
It's a
series
teaser.
And it just basically says Gamera.
Coming
Yeah.
Rebirth.
soon. And of course it says it's coming soon in Japanese, so are we really going to get it in the United States?
Well, it's
Yeah.
coming to Netflix, so
I'm
we
sure it
will
be.
probably
It'll
get
be
it,
Netflix.
but
6
it'll
episodes
be
long.
subtitled.
Sometimes we don't. It depends.
Yeah.
And so like they get different things in Netflix in the UK than we get here based on various, legal boundaries. But the animation is interesting. It looks stop
Yeah.
motion to me. At least what they've shown us. And Gamera looks way bigger than we're used to seeing
Yeah.
him. He looks really
Yeah.
huge.
It looks pretty cool. So, I mean, I'm interested. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's got Gamera in it. I'll watch it,
Yeah,
for,
totally.
to see what it is. It's only 6 episodes,
Yeah.
so you got that. And then it says he's fighting 5 kaiju. So,
yeah.
and so Gamera traditionally has been a hero. He is, defender of the galaxy and friend to all children. So we'll see if they continue him in that role or not. Maybe not. It depends.
He's really neat and full of turtle meat. So,
Right.
you know,
Only if you watch Mystery Science Theater 3000.
yeah.
Anyway.
Sean,
interesting
you
stuff.
want to take the next bit?
I will. So, the people that we lost this week, Tom Verlaine, who was in the band Television, a punk band, died at the age of 73. He was a guitarist for the band. He died after a brief illness, but he was mostly known for being in New York at CBGB's, and they basically became something of a house band over there. Annie Wershing passed away. You might have seen her most recently as the Borg Queen in Picard. We like her because she was in The Rookie, and she was a villain and an adversary for Nathan Fillion's character in The Rookie. She was the voice of Tess in the Last of Us video game. The television series is out with Pedro Pascal, but she was in the Last of Us game from 2013. She was in 24. She was in Bosch. Really talented, really amazing, and just 45 is too young. And the thing that's weird is that, like, she's just been working. And I guess she just sort of decided to work through her illness, which sometimes happens. Chadwick Boseman did the same thing. But she's been fighting cancer for 2 years while she's been working, which is nuts. So very sad to lose her. We lost Lisa Loring at the age of 64. You will know her as the original Wednesday in the Addams Family. She has had a really huge resurgence in interest in her career since the Jenna Ortega show came out. And people have been kind of comparing the two Wednesdays and things. So that was kind of a bummer. She was a fixture at conventions, too. If you went to a horror convention or one of the Hollywood conventions, she was always there. At the age of 75, Cindy Williams passed away. She was, of course, Shirley in Laverne and Shirley and played opposite Penny Marshall. She was also in American Graffiti. She was Ron Howard's girlfriend in that. And guest starred in a bajillion things. She was amazing. She passed away at the same age, the age of 75, as her co-star, Penny Marshall, which is kind of strange. Barrett Strong, who basically was a founding member of Motown. He wrote I Heard It Through the Grapevine and a bunch of other stuff. He passed away at the age of 81. He did Money, which the Beatles covered and you heard in the Animal House soundtrack sung by John Belushi and things like that. He did War, that Edwin Starr did. All sorts of really interesting songs, including Just My Imagination, Running Away With Me, and that kind of stuff. So sad to hear of his passing as well. We've got all sorts of music that he contributed to. That's our week.
Alrighty. Jeff, you ready for some speed round?
Nope, we lost you, Jeff.
There he is.
Hey.
Sure, there we go. Microphone. It's a short one because it's a video clip, and it's you'd have to post it up for the people to see. But Dan Povenmire, and I think Colleen posted this in our chat for us. Dan Povenmire basically announcing that 40 more brand new spanking episodes of Phineas and Ferb are going to get made, and then of course some more of Hamster and Gretel. No idea how many of those, but woohoo!
But it's not. Summer anymore. How's that gonna happen?
I'm sure it'll be summer again. Yeah.
Be funny. Unfortunately,
See how it works out.
the link is here on YouTube,
Yeah.
and it's fighting with some other link. Which
Of
is crazy.
course.
I really hate when people post their video straight up and down like their phone format, because
Yeah.
honestly,
I mean, because it's the TikTok thing, and it just comes over from TikTok.
but it messes everything up. I can't get it on the whole screen on my computer. And so,
Yeah.
like, I was going to play this, and I can't play it now because
Damn it.
they screwed it up. So.
Well, that's okay. It'll be fine. But, I mean, it was like on TikTok or something, wasn't it?
Originally, yes.
So that's
He
probably
posted
why.
over to TikTok, and I think it just shares itself over to YouTube.
yeah.
I would like to talk about the LA Times did a photo essay on the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art.
Yes.
And it is being built, and they have some great in-progress photos. They're just beautiful. So take a look at those. And also in case you guys didn't know it, I feel like we talked about it last week, but the museum was supposed to open maybe this year, and it's been delayed another 2 years because of the pandemic. They didn't get a start on building it, so they're a little bit behind. If you get a chance, go look at that article for some just lovely pictures.
Ooh, cool.
Sean has rushed off to go get something. He's back now.
I'm back.
He is.
So there is news here. If I can now find it. Here we go. That there is a live action version of a book that a lot of us read as kids. That's going to be made by Legendary Entertainment. Sid Hoff is the author of the book, and the book, which strangely I still have,
came out in 1958.
Is Danny and the Dinosaur. So it's very cool. I loved this book when I was a kid, and there we go. So we're gonna get a I assume animated version. Apparently, my grandmother.
It says live action.
Oh yeah.
It says live action adaptation of Danny and the Dinosaur.
My grandmother gave me this book in 1973, which is crazy.
That's awesome.
I have very few things from my childhood. Just the way my life has worked out, I have lost things over and over again. I don't know how I ended up with that, but kind of cool. So I'm excited.
In the article, they don't really tell you much about it. They just say that Legendary Entertainment is developing a live-action film adaptation, and then they mostly talk about the book.
Right. Essentially, it's about a boy who makes friends with a dinosaur at a museum. It turns out one of the dinosaurs on display is really a dinosaur undercover. And they go gallivanting about the city and having adventures. It was very fun.
Jeff?
Soon you can, actually, you might be able to do it right now, actually. Yeah. Right now you can go to Amazon and you can pre-order Scott Lang's autobiography. Look out for the little guy.
So if you need to know about Ant-Man.
It links into the film coming up and everything. But yeah, it's written by Scott Lang.
Quote unquote.
Yeah. And there's the short little video with it too that has him talking about it.
That's fun.
It will pull back the curtain. As long as it doesn't hit him. You don't hit him with the curtain.
So I watched a 12-minute video this morning that was kind of fun. It was David Harbour and his wife Lily Allen were basically showing off their house.
Nice.
For Architectural Digest. And it was pretty much a video of how people with money live. Not like the super rich, but the people who have more money than you and I have. Because they had like a designer do things, and they have wallpaper that I couldn't afford. And
well, she's a music star.
Yeah, she's a pop singer,
right? And he's
the
daughter of an actor who did like Train Spotting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
so they do have money.
David Harbour is like the flavor du jour, so he's busy doing all sorts of stuff. So yeah, they have.
But their house is nice. I could see it's maybe a little bit more than I would want, like over the top in some of their selections, but I wouldn't say no to living there.
Maybe so. No, it's pretty fancy looking, but yeah, it's cool. Nice.
My turn?
Oh,
watching
I'm
the
sorry,
videos
Sean,
and
go
talking
ahead.
Too. It's funny. It's neat.
So, Tomb Raider news. There's a television series that is coming to Amazon that is apparently set to star Phoebe Waller-Bridge, sort of hot off Indiana Jones, which she's in the new Indiana Jones movie. And there's another game and another theatrical movie in the works. So, I mean, basically, they're gonna just keep milking the character. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is writing the series, and I don't know if she's going to be involved in writing the movie either. But and I guess she co-wrote No Time to Die, James Bond movie.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting. I mean, because she did Fleabag, which I think we tried to watch.
Oh no, I couldn't.
And we unless it
Not.
calms down after the first episode, it was like not our kind of show.
It was just, I don't know, kind of icky.
It was just unpleasant. You know,
Yeah.
it was kind of a bummer. But I mean, I guess she's better in other environments. But so yeah, lots of Tomb Raider. If you're a fan of that, here it comes. Get ready.
Jeff?
Oops. Yeah. So they just started filming in Louisiana, I believe, the live action film adaptation of Five Nights at Freddy's. And it's we've got Matthew Lillard, Josh Hutcherson, and Mary Stuart Masterson in it.
I like Mary Stuart
I'm going to guess that
Masterson.
Matthew is playing probably playing the security guard, but yeah. And the game, if anybody, the game is basically you're a security guard that's like trapped in a
Chuck E. Cheese.
pizza entertainment restaurant, like a Chuck E. Cheese, but then the animatronics get possessed and start looking, going after victims and whatnot. Yeah.
I wanted to make note that there will be a reboot of Matlock with Kathy Bates in the lead role. Should be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how
Yeah.
that's going to work out. Interesting. As you know, James Gunn and Peter Safran have taken over DC Studios, which is a new film production entity. They have been very active on social media the past few days, and I don't know if this is on our list or not. I'm just kind of jumping in here with this.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And basically, they're talking about how they're starting from scratch. This new Flash movie that is a point of contention because Ezra Miller, the star of it, is kind of a dodgy human being. They're still going ahead with the movie. They're still going to release it, regardless of the fact that he's up for like assault charges and stuff. And they're counting on that to sort of reset the universe from everything that's come before.
Gotcha.
It'll be interesting to see what's going on, but they've got a Superman legacy movie coming out. The Brave and the Bold is coming out. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Swamp Thing is going to get a production. There's TV thing called Creature Commandos, a thing called Waller, which has apparently displaced season 2 of Peacemaker for now. There's going to be a Green Lantern series. Booster Gold gets his own series. So some of these characters are going to be like lesser knowns, and they're going to rethink some of the people like Superman and Batman and Supergirl and things like that. It'd be interesting to see. It's going to take a lot of work, but and apparently they came out recently and said, hey, don't feel so bad about Batgirl. It was just not a very good movie. I'm sad that we don't get to judge, but I'm sure at this point that the Batgirl movie that they shelved for tax purposes isn't going to fit into whatever they're doing now. So as long as they go back and revisit her and give her her own movie, thank you very much. I'll feel better about it.
I thought you were going to talk about James Gunn responding to
Zach Levy.
Zach Levy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
lovely.
that was another problem. Just to kind of touch on it, since we're talking about Gunn. Gunn is no stranger to making comments on Twitter and getting beaten for it. Disney let him go and then hired him back over comments that he made on Twitter. Zach Levy basically said, "Do you agree or not that Pfizer is a real danger to the world?" Hardcore agree. And I don't know if he's just talking about, big expensive pharmaceuticals and it's terrible what they're doing, or if he's specifically saying, hey, vaccines are dangerous. He has not come out and clarified that. It's still up in the air. But James Gunn is taking the stance, having been in his position, that he's like, I can't control what actors say. They're going to do what they're going to do. Things that I do and don't agree with. And they don't have to follow my list of things that they're allowed to do. Yeah. So, they're not Disney. We'll have to see. And I'll go on record as saying I've had conversations with Zach Levy on a couple of occasions. I really like him. I really like his work. And I really hope that this isn't an anti-vax stance, because that's just going to make me really sad.
You could be pro-vaccine and against some of the large pharmaceutical companies.
Look, insulin, man. Make insulin free. Stop charging these poor people who need it to live.
It's a very out of context
right. So we're going to need a ruling on it. He's going to need to come forward and clarify himself so that we know what the heck he's saying.
Or not.
Yeah. I mean, we may never get it, but I hope that it's not an anti-vax stance, because I think the vaxes are very necessary, and having benefited from them, I'm gonna fight on that hill. Yeah.
Jeff, do you have one more quick thing?
More quick thing. Yes, and it's not really on our list, strangely. Maybe I missed it. It was just something I noticed recently, because my niece got one in the mail. And you have to be, I guess, a Premier member to have this. It's the Disney cards, which we all get. You can get. They have new faces for a lot of them for the 100 years. But one of the new 100 years has like Mickey and Minnie popping out of the O's or the zeros in the 100. But the thing that I found interesting about it wasn't necessarily that it had a new design or anything. Is that it's metal.
Wow.
The card is actually made out of metal.
Huh. Cool.
That's kind of neat.
Which I thought was really kind of cool.
We used to be Disney card members. Colleen very handily used points that we accumulated to buy my annual pass a couple of years ago. We thought we'd get enough to get 2 passes. And after putting absolutely every purchase we made on that stupid card, we managed to only get 1 annual pass. Yeah. So we canceled the card.
Yeah. It was also there was an annual payment. There was an annual fee for it.
Right.
And we were not interested in paying that.
So
you want to wrap us up, Sean?
Deep. Surely. You have been listening to Sci-Fi Radio. If you're hearing us over the internet airwaves, very grateful to everybody who tunes in for that. Gosh, we've been doing this show for we're in the middle of our 11th year. We're approaching the end of that, and that's pretty cool. And we appreciate you guys wherever you happen to be. We've got Europe, Germany, Estonia, Russia, Canada, the Ukraine, and the United States. And so we're very grateful that you guys tune in and listen to us. If you were watching us on Twitch or Facebook or on YouTube, we're grateful for you there too. Thanks for tuning in and seeing our goofy faces. Boba-Kit Sovine does all of our cool links and stuff, and we are very grateful for her for doing that, because it keeps us pretty organized and gives us stuff to talk about. She also does our Docking Bay 94 Facebook page, and so all the links you see up there are pretty much from her. Yeah. So say hey to her once in a while, and subscribe to the page if you're not. Beyond that, we will see you next week. I'll be on the air tomorrow for Good Morning Tatooine. We'll wrap out the week at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll start all that. And we'll be back next Thursday, of course. And we'll do this all over again. Thanks for hanging out with us.
I'm Colleen Kaylee Crosby.
This is Jeff Soldado.
I'm Sean Obi-Shawn Crosby. As always,
May the
force
force
be with you. I'm going to go
Night, everybody.
run some credits over here for the video people. Bye, video people.